Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 8 of Darwell20's Mechanical Mastery Let's Play series. Hey, today I want to make a bunch of stuff. I want to make steel gears, followed by bronze rods, followed by automating the regular mechanical essence, which should give us a very nice boost of EMC production. We're already doing really good on EMC production, but obviously we need to progress through this pack and get even more EMC. So the plan for today is as follows. I'm going to start with, let's see, we want to pulverize. I made a pulverizer. It's somewhere. There it is. We want to pulverize coal ore, right, into coal, which will give us a side effect of sulfur and gravel, but we'll handle that in a sec. And then we want to dump it into a pyrolyzer, which will turn it into coal coke, right? With a side effect of tar and creosote. And tar we'll have to handle, right? But we can also handle that. I'm thinking I actually want this guy facing this way, okay? And then from there, we're going to want to induction smelt the coal coke into, with iron, into steel. So we're going to need to induction smelter some iron as well, okay? So you're going to make coal and iron ore. Deal? So you're going to pull in from the left, and then you're going to push out to the right and above for the excesses, right? And that'll be those guys right there. And that should be cool. Okay. I might move this setup to the basement. I haven't decided yet. Or I might convert it to lava. I haven't decided, because I feel like lava power is more EMC efficient. Right, we're making 128 EMC for coal ore here to make 2 coal, and over here we're using like 1 EMC to make netherrack into lava. I feel like this is more efficient from an EMC standpoint. So if we're really, truly, absolutely looking to be like as EMC efficient as possible, this is wasteful, and making that lava based would be way smarter. I'm just saying. So we're going to probably do that. But I'm going to do that in the basement. Deal? Now that said, we're still going to need to handle the gravel and sulfur that we're getting from this guy. So we're going to maybe do like a 2-piece drawer system, kind of like we did over here for handling that. That probably seems like a smart plan. Do I have any of those drawer systems available, or am I think I used them, but that's okay. So what I can do is get 2 of you and some drawers. And we'll get that ready. Okay. So I think what I'll do is just stage this with a little gravel and sulfur. Right. And as a reminder, I could absolutely cactus my way into this problem. Like, we remember there's the there's augments that will void non-primary item outputs. So if I literally took a piece of cactus, which is EMCable, and 4 nuggets, it would void these automatically for me. So I might do that, or I might just let this build up. I haven't decided how I'm going to handle it yet. For now, I'm going to leave it there to build up, because I think that's fine, right? I think that should be cool, right? So then we've got our pulverizer. You're going to make the pyrolyzer. You're going to need a drawer for tar, right? So you're going to need a drawer above you for tar. And then what you're going to wind up doing is you're going to pull in from the back. You're going to output to the left and the top. Okay, and then your job will be come in from the back, come in from the left, and output to the right, and then you're going to output into a multi-servo press, right, whose job will be to accept there, and you're going to make the steel gear. And then your job will be to pull and push iron. And you're also going to make some extra nuggets. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this guy. And have another drawer sitting here that's going to handle the excesses. Okay. So let's get... do I have this thing? I do. Good. Iron and coal, please. Right? So iron and coal. Okay. So now you can auto-input. You can auto-input. You're already auto-inputting. Good job. Cool. And that looks good, right? So now you're making iron, and I want you to push that into there, please. So now you can auto output. Now that you know what you need to auto output, you should be pushing your nickel nuggets into there and your iron into here. Cool. Sweet. You over here are making this. So I want you to auto output. So you should know already gravel goes up and coal goes into the pyrolyzer, right? Presumably. There you go. Right, coal went in, gravel went up there. Nice, right? Now the pyrolyzer's cooking. You should have an augment, for sure. Luckily, we have some extra Invar plates. No, it's regular Invar, not plates that we need. That's okay, we've got some Invar, too. I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a little Invar. Let's get some hardened doohickeys. I think we just need redstone and glass after that. Just a few. They're relatively cheap, honestly. And by the way, we are very close to being able to make the next tier of integral components. So, yeah. The pyrolyzer, we're definitely going to want to speed up here. Okay. You can have this extra coal, and you can have this extra iron, and it's raining. But luckily it's nighttime, so I get to sleep through it. Hooray! So if everything is behaving itself, right, you should be now auto-outputting. Right, now you've got creosote oil building up here. I don't know if that's going to be a problem. That's what I'm not sure of. I don't know if this is going to back stuff when creosote oil happens. But I guess we'll find out. Right. And then I don't want you to get the coal coke. I want you to get the tar. Okay. So the coal coke should go in here. And then we'll see what happens on the next. There you go. Now you're behaving, right? Yeah, 23, 22, should become 23, perfect. Right, and then you're going to output over to the right there, your steel ingots, and that should be cool. Great. And now we're going to start producing. So there's automated steel gears. Now, in terms of timing, we may need to improve this, right? We absolutely will probably want to make this better, timing-wise. But we'll get there, okay? Now, in terms of a magmator, we've been using the basic magmator, which generates 80 RF per tick, right? How hard would it be to get a hardened, which generates 200 RF per tick? We only need hardened capacitors and energized steel, which is the energizing orb, and I'll probably at least want a basic energizer. So that all looks... Because we have quartz, we can do it now. Is that what you're telling me? Yes. Because we have quartz, we can get into the tier 2 magmators, which is cool. Sweet. So my concern is, do we have enough power for all these machines? I don't know. What I think I'm going to do is leave this setup as is, and then once we get the full EMC set up and running, then we will transition to the magmator power. Because I want to get this up and running, and we probably want to get some augments in these machines. I will probably want to get these ones at least for the pyrolyzer and the steel maker, so that we can make sure that we're producing steel as quickly as we need to, because I suspect we're going to be making Invar way faster than steel, because steel definitely takes a while. So we'll start with this and then see what's up. Cool. All right, so let's prep for bronze now, which, like I said, is going to basically be identical to this setup. So we're going to have a induction smelter. I guess we're going to need at least one more induction smelter here, right? Because we're going to need this. Let's clear you. Let's clear you. So we want at least one more induction smelter that's going to live here. And then you're going to get your multi-servo press there. And then that'll be your output. Cool. So let me go make one more induction smelter, and we'll be right back. One thing's nice. We have Invar backstuffing, so, you know, that's cool. Alright, new Invar, or induction smelter ready to go. Alright, so same deal as before. Pull here, push there. You're gonna pull here, push there, with pull enabled on you two for starters. You are going to pull from both sides and push to the back. And then you're going to receive from the right and push to the left. And that needs the rod die, right? Because we're making bronze rods. Okay, so for the rod die, we're going to need 4 in-bar plates. Okay, and is it just any... It's a gold rod. Okay. Okay. Now for you guys, we're going to need, it doesn't matter which one's which, right? So bronze and tin, or copper and tin, right? So copper and tin. Okay, might as well just go copper and tin. There we go. And it's now coming in. Sweet. All right, and then in addition to that, what else would we want here? I probably want to speed you up because it's 3 copper to 1 tin, right? So let's augment the copper and not augment the tin, and that'll be close to coolish. Okay. Okay, then we get some power going in here, like this. Okay, and I can just pop down there. Now again, we're going to be a little bit choky on power for a bit, but I just want to get this up and running. But in theory, this should now be making what I want. Let's do this. Let's do this. We need to wait for the power to get over here. That's going to be my real problem. You know what I could do is I could throw a little bit of this in here just for the time being. And let's do that. Just because I want to see this thing working. Right? So now you're getting tin. And then shortly you should be getting the power to do copper. Sweet. And that looks good. Let me get the drawers programmed and then we should be cool. Right? So back in a moment once this is all... So let's see, drawers, you're gonna need copper, right? And that's all that good stuff. And then what about tin? What do you turn into? I think you make apatite. Yeah. So let me get drawers for those. All right. So discovered something just now. Creosote oil does gum up the pyrolyzer, so it stops running when we fill up on creosote. So I think to handle that, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to make a nullifier, and I'm going to make a tank. And what I'm going to do is use laser IO to finally handle this. I'm going to stick the nullifier below. I'll stick the tank on top. On the up, I'm going to need another fluid card. I am going to need another fluid card. Okay. Fluid card, please. 2 quartz. 3 nuggets. And 1 of these dudes. Realistically, I should have a couple of these extra. Okay, so you will extract, you will insert with a high priority, and on the down, you will insert with a low priority. Cool. So as soon as I open this up, he should start pulling the creosote out. The creosote's going to go here first. Once this tank fills up, then it will go down here and be voided. Cool? Sweet. All right, coming in to check on stuff. It looks like power is okay-ish. Are you connected to power? Or did I forget you somehow? Oh no, I forgot you somehow. Well, that explains why power is not okay. Power's okay now. But yeah, so now we've got, right, our steel gear, our Invar gear, and our bronze rods, right? So I think what we do is we put our mixer here, and that would be cool, right? So what we're ultimately trying to make is this guy now, right? That's the main thing that we need to get here. I'm going to remove a lot of the other to-do list items I have here because I really don't need them much anymore. I'll leave the rest for now. So we need a basin and a mechanical mixer, and that's about it. So my goal will be to laser IO the items into the basin, which if I'm remembering correctly now, laser IO and basins might not get along super well, but we'll have to see what happens with them. We'll see. We'll see. But I've already got a mixer, so that makes life nice. And I'm pretty sure the basin is just this. Oh, yes. That is cool. So if we were to put our basin here, right? Let's get ready to make a couple filters. I think that would be cool. I'm pretty sure filters need this, right? So for laser IO, we want some basic filters. Need some planes of glass. Okay. And then the counting filter just needs an observer, which is going to be a quartz and some cobble. And that's the kind of filter we want for you. All right. So then you're going to be here with these guys all loaded up, right? You know, if I orientated this such that your output would be on the back now, then I can save myself a laser node. That would be kind of cool. All right, so let's bind you guys all together. Okay, you're here. What in the what? Oh, hello. I didn't even know you guys existed in this pack. Look at you. You want emeralds, and I don't have emeralds yet. So, sorry, Chief. My favorite friends. Okay, so you're going to be inserting, right? But you're going to get the counting filter. And what you need is Invar gear and steel gear, right? So steel gear and Invar gear. And we want one of each of those. And then one basic mechanical essence. And then 2 bronze rods. Cool. Okay, so that'll be that dude. So then on the opposite side of this, so that's west, we're going to have you extracting. Cool. On either side of this, you guys are going to extract. Cool. And then you're going to extract. Cool. Look at it go. Looks like it's working to me, right? And everybody's happy? And everybody's happy. And then we just need our mixer to sit right on top there. And then we just need some rotational energy for this dude, right? So what we'll probably want is some kind of gear, spinny dude, and some shafts, which we can make a few more of, by the way. Okay. And then let's go down there. We can expand out the platform a little bit. Fine. Another rendering issue? That's weird. That's weird. I don't know what that's all about. But I don't like it. I'll tell you that much. Okay. What we should be able to do, if I'm not mistaken, is have a water wheel here that spins on the ground. It doesn't need to be vertical. Do I have an extra water wheel? I do. And then a bucket of water should be enough. And we'll see if one water wheel's enough, right? So if we plop this dude here, and then we had this, would that be sufficient? Not rotating with enough speed. Okay, so we need to speed that bad boy up with some gears. And we might need another water wheel, so I'm going to grab them all here. But I'll grab my 2 gears and my water wheel. Right? And then what we'll probably want to do is just snag this dude. And you'll be a big to small. To big. To small. How's that feel? I hear mixing happening. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yeah, looks like it's working. Yeah, looks like it's working. All right, and then we can have a multi-servo press that sits probably here. Let's do that. How about right here? So that on the left, you're going to be an input, and on the right, you're going to be an output. I'm assuming... Part of me wants to import, but I don't want it to accidentally import like the red one, right? So I don't want to... I don't know that the basin... You know what we should be able to do? Oh, hello. Hello, inventory problems. That should all be fixed now. Did you give me my regular mechanical essence? What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you that you need a redstone signal. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put away some junk from my inventory that I don't need anymore. So, like you guys and you and you and you and you and you, and that should be good. Now we're friendly. Thank you. And now if we identify that the regular mechanical essence is what's coming out of here, we shouldn't need to do anything beyond this, right? And then we can do this, this, this. And that should be cool. Now if I turn you back on, and we set you to pull. See, no, he's pulling the things I don't want him to pull. I was hoping by doing this, but this probably only applies to create pulling things out. It doesn't prevent other things. So what we're going to need to do is something like this, right? And we'll have an insert on orange kind of deal, but with a filter for regular mechanical essences. And then over here can be an extract on orange. Yeah. And now we're cool. And then if I just put those things in there, they'll, you know, eventually get used up. How cool is that? Is that cool? I like that. And now, all you need is power, my friend. And yes, I could use laser IO cards, but, like, why? Why would I? When I can just as easily tap some wires in there. This is cool. I like this. So now you're compressing, and we're probably choking on power, to be clear, right? But that is a quest completion for me. Booyah! And now we've fully automated these. We need more power, but we've fully automated them, right? And look how much EMC I'm going to get for all this. Woo! That's pretty good. That is pretty good, right? And then we can throw this EMC link down And now you should dump into the adjacent side with auto output enabled. Right? And that'll be a plus 20,000 every now and then. That's kind of cool. And we'll probably want overclocking, and we'll probably want speeding up, and we'll probably want a lot of things. But this is a good start, right? This is a very good start. It's not the prettiest design in the world, but guess what? It works. It does work. And then at some point, we'll have like a refined storage system, and we'll like, you know, collapse all this junk into some kind of like import bus style, pull it into a drawer system that's going to be centralized. Because we're not too far away from refined storage. If we're looking at our chapters and progression, we only have a couple more things to get into to get to mechanism. And this is optional, by the way, the mechanism logistics stuff. Technically, this was the end of the chapter. And we are now available to jump into Chapter 3, right? So Tier 3 mechanism is available to us at this point. And with the Tier 3 materials, again, when we unlock this, it's going to open up uraninite, glowstone, apatite, and we get to EMC all these things, right? Ooh, flux is coming in now. That's cool. And then we have access to these guys at this point, I guess. Because, you know. And then from there, we branch out into mechanism, mob effigies, which looks cool. And then that'll eventually get us to improved mechanical essences, which looks like are required to go the either AE2 or refined storage route. And at that point, I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do. See, Skystone needs improved mechanical essence. Cool. So that's what's up, right? I'm assuming that there's a way to get Certus quartz at some point. We'll figure it out. But that's going to be the path. Or we can go refined storage. That's the easier way, obviously. But AE2 I've really been, enjoying a bit. And then up here we can get into Ender Pearls. So we can unlock the Philosopher's Stone as soon as we get Glowstone. So literally, I could check 2 boxes and have a Philosopher's Stone right now. But I'm kind of holding off on doing that until next episode, probably. But yeah, that completes the second tier of Mechanical Mastery. Not too shabby, right? So what do you say we wrap up here and come back next episode, and we will probably, knock these guys out real quick. So, they give me a configurator for free. That's nice of them. And then any universal cable, right? It's just steel. And we'll probably want to, automate some of these for keeping, right? Because having some steel on hand would be nice. But also, once we get into mechanism, steel's a lot cheaper and easier to make. So we'll probably make this whole setup more efficient. And kind of go from there, right? But for now, I think it's wrapping up point, because we've completed this task, which I think is a very nice task, and very glad that we completed it. So we'll let this, this thing happen, and then we can also use these, by the way, now to get, I guess we can get the Tier 3 EMC link if we need more items per second, but also we can get reinforced integral components, which is cool. These are also used to make flux blocks, and eventually the transmutation interface. But for that, we need the improved mechanical essence, which looks like it has some, that one's going to be a thing. Look, we're going to need all kinds of charges and stuff. That's going to be and it's a heated with a blaze burner guy. So that's going to be a real automation challenge, which I'm looking forward to taking on. But I feel like this is a nice design, right? Compact, functional, very stable. There's probably going to be, like we saw with this one, some things that need to be overclocked more than others. Like, this is definitely probably my bottleneck, is the steel. Like, there's no doubt that steel is more than likely the biggest bottleneck for this design. But at least it's regularly running, right? And some more overclocking on these machines should help with that, right? For now, Delta 20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. You know what to do. Take it easy.